Alright, this is the advanced video. We'll be going over how we're going to be placing the facial expressions. Um, I put up a video trying to show a quick representation of how to replace a basic model. So if you haven't seen that, you should probably watch that first, because it gives a basic underlying overview of where you get your character models and how you load them in the game. Actually, I should probably review that a little bit again. In that video, I discussed that there's a folder you can create called char, and you can copy your character models in there. You have to name them to the uh, the name of the character that is in the packages, but then the game will prioritize the loading of these files over the packages. Unfortunately, this only works with the char files or the character models, but it doesn't work for the character's facial expressions or the morph targets. That has to actually be modified in the packages themselves. So I have made a archive tool to deal with this data. So under mod here, here I can show you how that's going to be managed. So basically we have, I showed here we have some archives. You can use my tool. It has 3 bat scripts. In this case I double clicked on unpacked and it unpacked all these into individual folders. Okay. So if I delete these packages, I can pack new ones by double-clicking on pack or pack with zlib. Pack will just do a simple pack and it will create these packages for you that will be usable back in the game. Okay, this is great because it allows you to pack them fairly quickly. However, the file size is going to be larger without using compression. So there's another batch script which you can click on which will pack them but then compress them. This takes significantly longer to compress them because it has to do a lot of optimization and packing the bits for your file. But your output size will be decreased. So I recommend doing this if you're going to maybe, I don't know, share a mod. Maybe you're working on some project and you've been doing a lot of editing or something. And packing them makes sense while wanting to share your content. But outside of that, I would just recommend using pack. And it's just quicker. You just get larger files. Okay. Yeah, there you go. So it took too terribly long. In retrospect, it might take about 10 minutes or something to pack the entire folder. So what we need to do to replace the character model facial expressions is in each one of these folders, which represent a stage or area that you're walking through in the game. You have to replace all the files that have the extension TMT. I don't actually see anything in here. Oh, here it is. Here's one. So this is the TMT for Laura. This will apply to all of the Laura Croft costumes that are in here. And this is the facial expressions for the character. The thing to note about this is they use the same character model through in-game and also cutscenes. So this is going to be different in each level package, okay? Because each time they have a cutscene, they might have required a different facial expression, and so they kind of mixed it around. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. Now, what I did is I specifically looked at Lara Croft, and I assembled a. Let me find it here for you for a sec here. Lara Croft morphs. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So I assembled a list of known facial expressions that I documented across something like 360 different expressions. And all in all, if you take out the subtle differences here and there are really only 8 different facial expressions. Okay, and here are the 8. So what I did is I programmed it in a particular way, and that has to be shown. Okay, it has you have to do some particular things, but what that will result in is my Mac script. It will write the 300 and whatever morph targets out for you. Okay, all you have to do is make the base 8, and then it will write them out for you. And then they'll replace all the expressions in the game all at once. And all you have to do is just repack the archives. So we'll be going through that. So I'll be doing, wait, where do I want to go here? Just want to go back here to the other folder. We're going to be doing a complete model replacement, so I'll be doing that from scratch. This is going to take obviously longer. So in my care folder, I downloaded this model. Okay, it shouldn't be too high poly. It's from Sudden Attack, which is like a mobile game, so hopefully it's not too overbearing. Okay, here's our textures. Textures are in TGA. We cannot use those. They have to be converted to either DDS, DXT1, or DXT3. Okay, so we need to manage those. So let's grab our model. This course is XPS, so I'll just be using another Max script that I've written to deal with that. Import that in. For whatever reason, my Max script doesn't seem to be working with the skin weights. I've noticed that in the last couple things I've imported, which is fine. We need to redo them anyway, but just bear that in mind. Alright, so that's imported, and I'm going to save this model probably to this directory. Just I'll keep this. Okay, so there's our model. Textures aren't too bad, but we need to switch them over to DDS. Okay, so I'll just bring up a photo editor. I'm using Paint Shop Pro from 1999, just because my computer's really old and it can't really handle new graphics. I do have GIMP, but GIMP does not work well for me, so I'll just be using this. Okay. If you need help using your photo editor, I recommend just looking up some YouTube videos on it if you're going to use something like GIMP. Alright, I'm just going to go through this as quick as I can. So we're going to save that. So this is going to happen individually because I don't know what textures I'm going to encounter, what requirements they're going to have. And I need to compress them to either DXT1 or DXT5, so they should be reviewed individually. With this import plugin, actually, it can't do a large file path, so I'm actually going to have to save this somewhere else. We'll just save it here for now. Alright, let's save that here. And this is going to be DXT1. I'm going to enable the emit maps on it. Save that out. Oh. Close that one. This one is a normal map. Wait a minute, why was there two of those? I just noticed there's two. Oh, this is the specular. Oh, okay, that was my fault then. I don't need the specular, so let's delete that. I wasn't paying attention, I guess. We'll do the normal maps at the end. We'll just do the diffuse maps for now. So that's a diffuse. Underscore D probably stands for diffuse. Okay. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Close that. This is, I don't know if that's specular or not. That looks like a diffuse to me. Alright, save that. Yep. Another thing I should be checking while I'm doing this is the dimensions. They need to be in a metric of 8 or something like that, so I'll just type them here so you understand. You can use dimensions like 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048, and 4096. Okay, it'll keep doubling. You can, of course, go up to 8 and 16, but I don't believe the game works with those, so this is your allowable range of dimensions. So if I look here, it says that this image, oh, I hate this mouse thing here. Come on, go away. You can see at the bottom here it says 512 by 512. That's the dimension of this texture here, and that is one of the allowable dimensions that I'm able to have. Okay, so you need to be on top of that. Okay, so let's continue. Specular Normal Map, Diffuse. Diffuse should have this, yeah, but I'm gonna do that at the end. I'm just doing DXT1s right now. That's Specular Normal Map. That has alpha channel. Yeah, this is Specular again, Normal Map. Here's a Diffuse. Okay, no alpha, good. DDS, save. Oh, yeah, I want maps actually. Close that, and it's frozen again. Like I said, my computer is basically a piece of crap, and it's terribly slow. So, oh, got boobies in there. That's a specular normal map, and then this is our diffuse. Okay, and then just make sure we're at the right dimensions. Not too bad. Alright, DDS, save, and DXT1. I should probably check to see if there's an alpha. If you have an alpha map, you have to save as DXT3. Okay, still loading. Yeah, I was talking to somebody online, and I was like, "Oh yeah, my computer's crap." And I'm like, "You should just buy a new one." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'll do that if I had the money." All right. Actually, I exported this rightly. Okay, so I got this one exported. Okay, good. That one's good. And now we're going to look at the other ones because they're gonna have special requirements. Some of the requirements are because my photo editor sucks. So yeah. So just bring these all back out. Alright, good. Okay, so we're just going to try and pair these. So I know this is the specular map, and this is the normal map. For Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness, the specular has to be inside the normal map. So in this case, the normal map is 1024 by 1024, and the specular is only 515 by 515. So obviously, if I copy this, it's going to be too small. So part of our process here is actually to make sure that they are the same size so that we can combine them. Alright, I'm going to do smart resize here. And simply I'm just going to copy and paste it over top of this one. And I have written a little script to do all the menu jargon. Okay, just going to run that. And that should have stored the specular map into the alpha channel for me. So now I can save this. Of course, I need to save this as a DXT3. Yes, and DXT3. Yep. Come on. All right, close that, and we can close that. Okay, we just have to do that for the rest. This is our hair. That's the diffuse. Okay, so that's different. We're gonna do that one later. Here's our specular. I'm just gonna check to see. Nope. Paste that in. Oh, way different size. Jeez. All right, so this is what is this? It's like double, right? So 515. Ooh, that's pretty bad. Maybe I should do it the other way around. Maybe I should shrink this down. 512, 256. Let's do that. All right. And I'll save that. TXT or DDS. And as DXT3. I just noticed it keeps saving it with the wrong extension. You little bugger. Just make sure that that's still working. Alright, yeah, it's still good. Okay. Alright, so just continue on. So that one's done. I don't know what that is actually, so I'm gonna leave that for now. That's the specular for the backpack. Same size, we're good to go. Yep. Let's make sure I got them all there. Okay. What's this one actually? That's fine. Alright, so this is the body. It's the same dimension. Yeah. Nope, I get that wrong. Okay, so this has to increase 1024 512. What's this supposed to be? Oh, my bad. This is 48. Okay, I'll just add that one. Yep. Oh, that was gonna take a while. It's like a 2K map. Okay, so that's good. And we're getting to the end here. Alright, just gotta figure out what goes what and where goes where. So I think this one goes over here. So this is, what is this? This is 2, so this is gonna decrease. Let's do percentage. 50 is half. Oh. Generated maps. Yes, that's fine. Close, close. That's the diffuse. This is the diffuse. This is the normal map. This potentially is the specular map. Okay, so this is the same. Okay. Alright, now we just have these two maps here. I have to do some kind of workaround. Just my photo editor sucks. Alright, so I should reapply. For some reason I have to reapply it. I don't know why, it's so annoying. But I reapplied the alpha channel, and that should do it. Alright, that's DXD3. Alright. Okay, that process is just to show how kind of difficult that can be. In this case, you know, the naming scheme is actually not too bad. It tells us what's a normal map, what's a diffuse map, what's a specular map. In some cases, the naming might be kind of, I don't know, not clear, and you really have to just kind of compare and do things around. And we have to optimize this for the engines. That means we have to say either at DXT1 or DXT5. Anyway, our textures now are compressed and ready. So I'm going to move that into my compressed folder, or compressed folder. And now what we want to do is apply this to the model itself. I don't have an automatic way to do this. I'm just going to change it on the model itself. So we'll go into the asset tracker, and I'm just going to, I think I can right-click and go to set path, and then I'm just going to change the file name to .dds. Okay, I'll just do that for every one of them. Actually, this is not really, I don't know why I'm suggesting this, because this is, if you want to add the specular maps, we have to actually redo the materials anyway. So doing this is really pointless, so I apologize. I'll just finish this just for the point of it. But yeah, the materials actually need to be completely redone, because if you want to utilize, this would be fine for diffuse, because I don't know if you noticed, but we only assigned those diffuse. But you want to obviously assign normal maps and specular maps. So we have to do that manually per material. So let's go do that now. We're going to access the materials. God, they keep changing the icons up here. I cannot remember which one is what. That's the material editor icon. Oh, that's ugly. All right, if you hold on here, you're going to have two different icons. One is a Slate Editor, and the other one is the classic. I'll be using Classic because I'm familiar with it. So that's the editor. You can use the eyedropper and then click on your object and it will show you all the materials that are being used. I'm going to use a cleaning function called multi-material, and hopefully that reduces the amount of them. So you can see that's cut them off significantly. And then probably, I don't know if there's an easy way to do this, but I think what we'll do is we'll make a copy, and I'll go to another slot and I'll paste the copy onto there. We're gonna, yeah, we're gonna keep the old one. Actually, what do I have? Oh, yeah, no, I don't want that. Paste copy. Discard old material. Alright, good. Alright, so these are basically just a copy. Alright, and then I'm going to replace this one by one. Okay, and if I need to go back, I have my original one. Alright. So I'm just gonna approximate which materials is which. So I have these preview icons, and I should be able to approximate them fairly well. But I need to clear this and replace this with a custom material for Terminator 6 Angel Darkness. And this is going to be installed when you run the script. So this is blank, okay, and I'm just going to copy these blanks to each slot. Okay, so they're copied to every slot now. And then I'm just going to go through and just replace them. So I'll just flick back to this one. I can see that this one is probably one of the hair ones. And I can check by hovering over the material slot, and it says hair 0D. That would, wait, I don't even have a hair 0D. Oh yeah, I do. Never mind. So I'm going to drag and drop this one onto my diffuse slot. I also have a normal map, and I'm going to slide that onto my normal map slot. Okay. I have transparency, so I'm going to enable the transparency dialog. Okay. And it doesn't show anything because we haven't applied the material yet. But if I wanted to, we can take this and drag it onto the model, and it would apply that to the model. We just have to go into our sub material and just enable it as previewable, so that it can be previewed. All right. We'll just continue on. So let's see if that's probably the other hair one. There's only that other one. Yeah, let's grab that. Diffuse. Normal map. Enable transparency. Now, I forget, there's a bunch of flags, so I'm going to save. It's just saved, and I'm going to check one of my older projects here, just a second. This one's got a material on it. Oh, that's all I used on that one. No, let's open up another one. Yeah, this one, that'll be the one. Alright, so this is a model I imported from before. And I just want to show you the flags that are enabled on the default model. So these are the default ones, and I don't know. I'll just use them. The one that we're doing. I'm going to enable the semi-transparent, the specular, and the unknown values. So 1, 5, and 6 will enable on ours. I haven't figured out what all the flags do, but we're just going to copy that from a working model. So we're going to enable semi-transparent, that one, and that one. Alright, and then do that for the same one over here. That one, that one, that one. And I'll just do this as a preset here. Alright, I'll just copy this one. Copy, 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 copy. Alright, what's next? This is, looks like the body texture. Diffuse and normal. Previewable. No transparency. This one looks like some sort of bag. Okay, so we're going to grab that bag texture. And then map. And previewable. Okay. What's next? This looks like the face. Diffuse. normal map, and we're going to make that previewable. Next one is, looks like the eyeball, and we have a texture for the normal map, and we're going to preview that. And I think we have just one more. Looks like the hair again. I don't know why. I think it's this last one. So that one, and that's the normal map. Enable transparency and preview, which did not work. That's interesting. Oh, it's the eyeballs. Okay. The eyelashes, sorry. I'm going to enable those. There we go. Not too bad. Okay. Trying to think here what else we can do with the materials. I think that's pretty much it. I would just go around and just name each one. It shouldn't matter, but just want to stay organized. Lashes, eye, face, bag, and that's the body. Alright, so we named those. Close that, and I'm gonna just go ahead and save. Okay. So our model should be like textured and all that stuff. Alright. That should look differently in the game. It's not going to represent correctly in here, obviously. So it's going to be like it's going to look quite a bit different once I get it to the game. So now I just want to see. I think the rig is probably broken, but let me just check. Actually, it's not too bad. Let me check. Let me just check out the fingers. Oh, okay. Actually, the rig's not too bad. Actually, we can probably use this rig or even transfer the weights to our new one or whatever. Yeah, it's not terribly bad. I don't know. I'll decide what I want to do when I get there, I guess. Okay, so there we go. Before I do anything, I'm just going to weld the model and reset any of the smoothing groups. Okay, I actually might do that to just crisp those up a little bit. And there we go. So let's check some things over here. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's probably usable. I actually got a lot of face bones and stuff. We might be able to use those as well when making our facial expressions. So we just see what we got going on here. Little weird bones everywhere. Where's the jaw? This is going to be interesting, I think. I don't really see a jawbone. Nope, I don't. Alright, we'll deal with the facial expressions later. Okay. Actually, the facial expressions need to be on a separate mesh, so we'll have to deal with that when we get there. What I just want to do right now is just collect the skeleton for Laura, so we can move the model around that. So because I imported this with my XPS importer, it's already put on layers, but I would recommend at this point, if you haven't managed the model onto a layer, that you do so. Okay. Alright, so we're just going to import, I don't care about this stuff, I just want the skeleton. I can't remember what this was, so I'm just going to use this one. I didn't import anything. Not at all. Oh, maybe I actually need to, oh, maybe that file was bad or something. Maybe it crashed, let's see. It did crash. Oh. Why that happened? Alright, let's run it again. Let's run the script here. Import. Probably won't use that one. Let's use an original. So let's go back. Maps, backup, dump, and I'll pick this one. Okay. Oh crap! When I reran it, oh well. It's just going to take a little bit longer. I just realized that all the toggles are back on. It takes about a minute. There we go. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to move all this stuff that we imported onto a different layer. And of course, I don't need all this other stuff. Really, I probably just need that. And actually, we'll keep the props, actually, why not? I might not export them, but we'll just keep them. Now we have to delete anything that is related to physics, so anything that says cloth, H or S needs to be deleted. Okay, and we're going to be replacing the face, so we don't need the face or the eyeballs. We got new geometry for that. And if we add well, first we need to line this mesh up, actually. So let's do that. Okay, so I have this. Actually, let's. I don't want all this stuff. I just want that. So we'll just get rid of that stuff. And then I'm gonna overlay this mesh. And now what I want to do is I want to move our imported model to fit over top of our the model we're gonna place with Laura there. So what I'm gonna do is grab all the bones, and we're gonna reposition and scale. And usually when I do this, I like to line up the arms. So that's what I'm aiming to do, is just line the arms up. Alright, that's lined up fairly well. Now we're just going to move the arms around. So just grab one of these bones. And okay, so that's not really a good position. Let's move that forward. And then we want to move the elbow. Alright, just gonna move the clavicles back. Okay, and oof, what happened there? Okay, we're gonna move that up. And there might be a rotation issue, so we just check the edge flow. Edge flow is actually not too bad, but I think we're gonna want to move that wrist around. So I think I can probably get away with doing it here. Okay. So in this case, her arms are too long. Okay. So what we're going to want to do is decrease the size of the arm. So we can do that in a numerous amount of ways. I think I can probably get away just scaling the clavicle region. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the selection to bone only so that I don't accidentally grab the mesh. And we're going to scale that locally. Okay, it's just very minute. We don't want to go kind of crazy with it and have tiny arms. All right, but I think this fine adjustment we surely can get away with. So that's fine. Okay. And then the fingers, of course. They are a pain in the butt, to be honest. Let's see what we can do here, though. I want to move this up. Okay, so her fingers are very straight. So we're going to move these bones. We're going to move them relative. We're going to move them as flat as we can. It looks like her hand's gonna be still too large. Alright, let's shrink this down just slightly more. Alright. Looks like I have to go up still. Alright, what's going on here? So we're just gonna make sure our knuckles are lined up. So I might have to rotate this or position it. They're gonna have to position it, I think. So we'll do this one at the same time. Alright, I'm just gonna resort to just individually just shifting them over. Okay, we'll just drop out of that view and see what I can do there. I personally find doing the hand stuff difficult. It's just something you have to take your time with. So I'm just gonna, for this, I'm gonna quickly just do this one hand, and I'm not gonna bother with the other one, okay? Just because it is time consuming. Alright, and then you do something about that, okay? Okay, so let's just check the other things, such as the lags. So looks like we need to move back on lags. Or maybe even just back on the torso. I'm not too sure. Yeah, it probably looks like the torso needs to go back quite a bit. So let's, where's the root bone for this? It's this guy here. And we're going to move about there. Okay. That's going to affect our arms, so I need to be aware of that and adjust for that. So I might need to move the torso forward and then back as required. Okay, that's not too bad. We're also going to look at the neck region. It seems to be fine. Okay. And we'll just check those knees. Knees are okay. And of course, that just leaves us with the legs. So we're going to move the legs. And that looks fine. I just see here I might want to center this a little bit better. That's not too bad. Alright, I think what we'll do is we'll transfer the weights on this particular model rather than trying to transfer the bone IDs from ID to ID because that will take longer. So we'll do it that way. So all I have to do now is just collapse the model. Alright, and then we're going to prepare it to be chopped up. So if we want to use facial animations, we have to have the model as an attachment object, not as a skinned mesh. But obviously the neck area is going to want to be deformable. So what we're going to have to do is basically chop the head off in a strategic area. And also we have to check to see if we can fit this in a single skin mesh. We can't. So we need to be under 10,000. So I need to do some dicing anyway. So we'll do the basic dicing right now. So I'm just going to be looking around for items I can get away with chopping off. These look like a prime candidate for that. Alright, just make sure I have everything. All these things are going to be attached for waste. Yeah. Okay. Let me think what else we can do here. This walkie-talkie. I'm going to think what I want to do with that. I think I'll leave that. Backpack. I'm not sure what I want to do with the backpack. I don't think. I'm gonna leave the backpack. Let me just check where we're at. The polygon counter. Still a little bit off. Okay, let's do the hair. All right, so where we're at. All right, we're within. We're in limit now, so we should be fine. And now, what other things can we take out? Just take out the eyes, might as well. So that's all we have. And that's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. Alright, so what we'll do is, you know what I should have done, and I totally feel stupid for this, is I should have kept a copy of the rig, so when I do the facial expressions, but, oh well, what can you do? Alright, so actually it's pretty decent, so we're going to take that, and we're going to chop that off. Just make sure I got everything I want. Perfect. Yeah, pretty good. Let's delete that, or detach that. Alright, so that's it. So now we've done the hard stuff. This is going to be the mesh that's going to be skinned, okay? And then this is all the stuff that we chopped off are going to be static, or they're going to be attachments, okay? So we'll deal with that. I'll get rid of the OG model. We need to get rid of the skeleton. So select all the bones. We'll delete those. I'm going to save this now. I'm going to make a copy. Okay, in case I want to go back. Save that. And so now our model needs to be prepared to go to the game. So, let me see here. We're going to need to transfer the skin weights. These, we have to do something special with these. I should have made some kind of quick way to do this, but we're just going to do it. It'll take a bit to do it, but we need to do that. So let's do that now. So we need the skeleton, but not the geometry. So we're going to take the geometry and hide the geometry. And then we'll just, where's my OG? Oh. Alright, let's get rid of the geometry again. So it's just bones. There's our mesh, and there's the bones. Okay. We're going to hide the skin mesh, and now we're ready to do the attachments. Okay. I'm trying to think if I can make a quick way of doing this or not. It's a little complicated. Alright, to attach the mesh to a bone, you can't just simply attach it like this. Alright, it'll work in 3dsmax, but for the game, to recognize the object correctly, we're going to have to give this the same transform as the bone. Okay, so you see where this pivot point is? It's at the center. We need to make the pivot point the same as the bone. Okay, so we can do this a couple of ways, but I'm going to show you the way that I've done it. Actually, we're going to click on here, and we'll create our box. Alright, so I created a box. We're going to convert this into a mesh. And I'm just going to create a few of them. So I need how many of them? I'll just check. I need about 9 of them, so I'm going to make 9 of them. It's going to make 9 of them for me. And then wherever I want to attach something, I have to attach the box to the bone. So we're going to do that. I think this is all the same area, so this is actually not too bad. We just have to do one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the align key or function. I'm going to click on the bone. So that's the head bone. And I'm going to position it to the same pivot point. Alright, orientation and scale. And click OK. And now that's where the box is. It's basically the box has assumed the transform, okay? We could do the same thing with the head, okay, but it would give us bad results. So if I do that, the head will be somewhere random. So that's why we're using a box. So I put the box where we want it. And now what I can do is right click and go to attach and then attach it to something. Alright, and we would just do that for whatever. So all this is being attached to the head. Okay, so now if I do that again and I attach it to here, it will go to the correct spot. So now I'm just going to remove that box. For that matter, I'm going to break this back out again. We have to do the same for the rest here. Okay, I think there's only like these few. So that's the thigh, the other thigh. So we're going to attach, oh, that's the wrong one actually. Attach this one. And we're going to attach this one. Ooh, wrong one again. Attach this one. And I'm just going to delete that box. Alright. And then we just have this last one here, which I think is on the hip. Yeah. We'll delete that. Alright, now we're done with these boxes. I can go ahead and delete them. Now what we need to do is actually attach these now. So right now if I was to move my leg, they won't be attached, so I need to attach them. So you just click on the object and then click on the bone that it has to go to. Okay, just rinse and repeat. It doesn't want to click on that bone. There we go. Jeez. Alright. I think I missed the eye. Oh, oops. Didn't want me to link anything. We're gonna link the eye. Another way you can do this is go into the list and then assign your attachment that way as well. Alright, I'm going to test to see that the attachments worked by clicking on the root. This is the root, and then just moving it to the side. And if something is not following, then I know that I've missed something. That should be it. That's attached, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and just name these. The names are actually important. We have to make sure that they're not overlapping with the game's reserved names. So I'm going to call this Maya Face. Maya Hair 1. Maya Here 2. I left. My I right. Alright, so this is thigh left pack. That's not useful pack. Thigh right pack. Hip pack. Alright, that should be all the objects, okay? Alright, so now we just have our skinned object. And this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a, what do you call it, the skin wrap. Here. And I'm going to click on the original model, which is here in the background. So I'm going to click on that. And it's going to take some time to compute, and then once it's done, click on the add button again to exit that mode. We're going to scroll down and enable weight all, and these are your tolerance values. Probably they're okay, and then just go to convert to skin. Then it's going to carry a skin modifier. You can now delete the skin wrap modifier, and now you just have a normal basic skin modifier where you can change the blend weights. So now I'm just going to go and inspect all the blend weights. What I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the skeleton and make it easier. There you go. Make it easier for me. So we have that. That will clear this. Okay, save that. That make it easier for me. Okay, so now we have this. It should have skin on it. And I just need to test it. So to do testing, I'm going to put the slider past 0 and then activate auto. And now I'm going to just move some of the bones around so that I can start checking the rig. Alright, so that's probably good enough. I'm not going to fix everything because it's going to take too long. These are projects that will take a day or more to do a good job. So keep that in mind. But I'm going to show, we're going to fix a few things that are going to be concerning. So the hair braid here, we should have excluded that. Because we included it, it picked up some geometry that we didn't want it to. So we can do a couple things. We can reproject the skin wrap, and that will help. So we can do that. So with the slider, I can return it back to 0, and I'm back into a T-pose. I'm just going to edit exit auto, and then we're going to bring up the original model again. But we're going to want to remove the whatchamacallit, the ponytail. I just fucking didn't know what the hell it was called. Alright, so what I'll do is we'll just I think I'll go in here and I'll just delete it. Just go and delete it. So go find the ponytail. And then that should be adequate enough to remove that. Alright, and we'll go back and just, yeah. So I'm going to click on this body. We're going to go and delete the skin and apply a skin wrap again. We're going to go at the top here, just repeat it again. I think it's all good. And we can do the conversion. Delete the skin wrap again, and then we're going to check that model. So I'm going to move the slider back up to 5, and I can see that the backpack is not all messed up. Okay. So there are areas that need to be fixed. I'll just fix, I don't know, just some of them to show you how that would work. So for example, we'll fix the ankle. So you enable the vertices, and then you're going to activate the weighting tool. And probably it's best to disable the textures, so go up to View and go to Shaded Materials with no maps. Okay, and that way you don't see you see the heat map that you makes it a little bit easier. Sometimes using edge mode helps as well, which is this thing, edged faces. You can use F3 and F4 to toggle between these modes. Okay, so for the leg here, I'm going to take the dominant bone, and I'm just going to select this down. Okay, and I'm going to weight that to 1. And then I'm going to go to the ankle, and then I'm just going to do just consciously what I want. So like right before here. And then select 1. Alright, and that's going to fix that assignment. And then I'm just going to use the blending utility to just blend that out. Like that, okay? Well, that's pretty much it. So this all comes down to experience, I think, in just working with the models. You'll just get more proficient at it as you get involved. Alright, so that's another one that I just fixed up. Let's do the cross like that. And you basically go to every joint. I think I'll just fix the crotch because that looks pretty horrible. Then we'll continue on. So for the crotch, basically I want to assign this to the hip a full amount, but I want to split that between the two thighs. So I have 0.5 and 0.5 on each thigh, and then I'm going to apply a 0.75, and that's going to give me this kind of split. I'm going to copy that weight, and I'm basically going to grow the selection. I'm going to paste that on the center of the crotch, and that's going to do something like that. Okay, it's going to bring it all back into the center. That means that the hip should reserve the highest weight value, which is typically what we want. I'm just going to blend that. Okay, and then we're going to blend that with each side, so that it gets a gradient with that. Alright, we just repeat that for the other side. Alright, so this model is kind of broken up, so we're going to have to copy this to this area. It still needs quite a bit of work on it. Well, just do this really quickly, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay. Now you can use mirror mode, but I don't think the mirror mode works on this skeleton. It doesn't. No, it doesn't really. If anybody knows how to fix that, let me know. Basically, the envelopes are all messed up, and it won't accept it. So I don't know if we can reset the envelopes. There probably is a button that says reset envelopes, I betcha. What's this? Reset. I don't know if that's right. I think reset literally resets everything. Uh-oh. 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 Wow, when I did that, it randomly fucked up the model. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. Let me undo it. Thank God. Okay, let's not screw around with it anymore. Let me just change this so I don't have that hole there. That should be fine. Alright, we'll just move on. Still looks pretty bad, I'll be honest, but yeah, that's part of the process. It's just fixing your model. Actually, I'm going to fix this up while I'm here because it looks pretty bad too. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to export it now. I think we did enough fiddling around, but you get an idea how that process is going to carry out. It's not an easy one, it is time consuming. Now that we've applied these weights, unfortunately we have to downgrade them. You don't typically downgrade them at the beginning because it affects the blending ability. It makes it very rigid, and it makes it hard to get satisfying results. But once you get those results, you unfortunately have to downgrade them. So we're going to change the effect limit down from 20 to 2. And that's going to, I don't know if you've seen that, but it affects the weights of your model. Okay. Yeah, I can't go back. Okay, there we go. So that was before, and that is after. So you're losing definition. Okay. But of course, if you have your model animation test here, you'll see that degradation, and you can even, at that point, even further continue to edit the model weights if that's still an issue. Okay, let's get moving. Okay, so let's see here. So I got this, and I'm just gonna make sure that we have everything rigged and weighted. So I'm gonna move the root bone. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna save. We have the materials sorted out, all this stuff. We just have to do the morphs at this point. So just see what we have on the model here. Alright, I'm going to set up a series of morphs. We have to make 8 of them. Okay, so I'm going to make a copy here. I'm just going to make 1 actually right now. And since I think 6 of them, 6 of the 8 are just different mouth poses, I'm just going to quickly rig the face. Now what I should have done was actually kept the weights from the other model, so I made a mistake there. But there's nothing I can do now. I didn't make a save of it, so I'm just going to quickly apply a rig to this one, just a basic one, to kind of satisfy the need of that. So we're going to apply, yep, that's fine. We're going to do, again, I don't really care about making the animation key for this, because we're just going to do this quick. So I'm just going to just move this. And you're going to see that this is pretty bad, so we have to fix that. Didn't mean to do that. Oop, did not mean to do that. Oh, this is unfortunately on animation key. Uh-oh. How did that happen? Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh, no. That means I have to do that over again. My bad. Oh, actually it snapped back. It might be fine. I think. Can I move this? Oh, I delete this? No, I didn't. Oh, I think it's fine, actually. Let's just go for it. Okay. So I should be able to move this bone, which I did already, and then I should be able to apply a weight to it. So I have to activate vertices and the tool. and I'm just trying to go for the chin. Okay, yeah, it worked. Then I'm just going to exploit the blend tool just to kind of grow the selection to get inside there, and then just pull it apart, basically. Okay. And then I'll just flip it around, blend it back up. Looks pretty crappy, but we'll just keep with it. Alright, and then that's pretty much it. I don't really like that, so let me just do that a couple more times. Alright, so it's important that this is going to make an interface with the neck. So we need to make sure that this is weighted to 1. Oh, wrong one. I meant to do the head. We're actually, let's invert the selection, and we have to blend the chin with that. Okay. That's not terribly too bad. I'm going to check the teeth. Sometimes teeth can get weird, so let's check those out. I'm going to assign that to the jaw. Ooh, that actually turned out pretty bad, actually. Let's raise that up. Yep, I'm good with that. And I think this should be not as far down. Maybe about there. Alright. Alright, so now we're going to just make a couple copies of these, about 6 of them. Oh, that did not work. What the? I don't know why the heck that happened that way. Let's see if I do 1 copy. Oh, that one's fine. Huh. 2 copies. There you go, tons of copies. Alright, so the first one I'm pretty sure is mouth open. So I'm just going to apply a morph modifier to this one. And we're going to apply the first one, so it's going to be mouth open. So we can call this open. The next one, I'm pretty sure is smile. So we're just going to apply a modifier to this. An edit mesh modifier, and we're just going to just bring up the lips, the corner of the lips up. I'll bring that up. And I'll just grab that with a soft selection, and then just bring that up, okay? Now there's 2 different types of smile, so there's open and closed. I can't remember which one. I think it's closed and then open, but we'll just apply that one there. Whatever, it doesn't matter. They're both the same thing. So this is just called the smile 1. And then we'll just move the bone, and we'll produce smile 2. Alright, let's just see what that looks like. I don't really like it, but let's keep the mouth open just a little bit. Nah. Yeah, that's fine. Just crack it a little bit, and then that will be smile 2. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, okay. And then oh boy, I'm not gonna be able to remember this. Okay, hold up. Smile. Alright, here's the list that we need to satisfy. So we need to do discussed. And I can't remember what that one looked like. I think it's like a snarl or something. So I think these lips have to come up like, yeah, pretty much like that. So like that, and then like this. And then this. maybe not like that. And probably we don't want the jaw that open. Eh. That'd be fun. I don't know, guys. I'm not. Oh man. Alright, let's just add that one. I'm not gonna bother with naming. The naming doesn't matter here. So what's next, actually? So we have pucker. This one's basically like kind of a kiss, I guess. So we don't really need that, and basically I think we just bring this in towards each other, and it's probably fine. So activate that, high distance. I'll create sort of a fall off on that. Have a larger range. We'll just bring that in. Lower range on that one. Oh, I grabbed the teeth. I didn't mean to do that. Ugh, not perfect, but it'll do. Okay. I'll just add that onto this one. I'll just delete these. These aren't in the way. Bring these ones up. Now where we're at, lip bite. Lip bite, I'm not really sure what this one's about, but basically it's just the lip comes up, and I think like that, and I think do the like that, and that's pretty much it. To make this a little bit more, I guess, clear, I guess what we'll do is we'll move the lip in. Like that, and then probably tilt it or something like that. Okay. That one's done. All right, next one is bite. Press together. This one just looks like basically her mouth is just clamped together. Like just like this. Like just up, pretty narrow. I'm gonna collapse that, and I'm just gonna move this in. Like that. Okay. I'll just adjust the corners here. So it's pretty bad. All right. Should be fine. Next, gonna go on to here, and then I think we're on the last two, which is just brows up and then eyes closed. Okay, so it's the last two that we have here. I'll take this off. Just grab the brow. Should be fine. Okay. The last one is just the eyes to be shut. This one, it's hard to do with a bone setup, meaning you can't get it quickly done. So we'll just do this more manually, just using a soft selection. It won't be as pretty, but we just want to get it done. I just want to get it done fast for this video. Just grab this, and I should just be able to anchor it. I don't want that high. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate this in. Don't want it keeps grabbing too much. Alright, and that should do it. Like that, and then close it. Okay, pretty good. Now, if the model is symmetrical, I believe, if I get this right, you can get away with a mirror trick. So I'll see if I can do that. So let's say we did this one, and we want to mirror that to the other side. Basically going to create a copy. Oh shoot, I need an unmodified one. Derp. Wait, where's the copy? Oh, I didn't notice it was in there. All right, so there's our copy, and then this is, well, it's basically a morph at that point. So let me just remember how that works. So we're gonna mirror the model. I think, or maybe not. I don't know. I can't remember. I did this before, but I can't really remember. So let's just try. It might not work, but we'll see. So I'm gonna move this over top of this one, and I guess what I'm gonna do is I can't remember how to do this. Okay, forget it. We'll just do the other side because I did this once, but it was a long time ago. I can't remember. You can mirror that. I forget how. Okay, so we'll just bring that down. Let's do some small tweaks. Alright, that should do it. Then we're done. That's it. Alright, so now I can just clean this stuff up, get rid of it, and then these are our morphs, so we should have 8 of them, or 9 of them, I think it is. Okay, we can test them here, make sure that they're okay. Alright, now for this to export, name this exclusively to Laura underscore face. Okay, it will not work if you have another morph modifier there, because exporting the morph targets is going to be laborious. It's going to take a long time. So to enable it, it's not in the interface. You actually have to have the morpher modifier on top of it and have that name. Okay. Where's my script? Oh, it's over here. I think we're ready to export. Okay. So I'm going to save, and I'm going to remove some of the assets so that we don't export unnecessary things, such as unhide everything. Alright, so the original stuff in the background, typically you want to include the props, but to increase the export speed, I'm going to leave them out for this, okay? But when you do yours, you're going to keep them, okay? I'm going to select that, and I'm just going to delete it. Okay, so I should have left in here is my new model and the skeleton. Okay, I'm going to export this now. So I'm going to just set the file information. So this file information will carry over into the model. So if anybody opens up your model, they'll see this message. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the title. This is Maya sudden attack. Author Mario Kart 64N, and enjoy. Alright, so you can leave those 3 fields. The other fields, they're not going to carry over, just those 3. Okay. Now we can export. There's no options, just hit export. And we'll save that over the LoRa D in the care folder. Okay, so we'll write that. Yep, and that's going to take a minute, so I'll be back in about a minute. Okay, so now this is exported. We're going to want to patch in the bones just to make sure that we don't have any issues with that. So again, we're going to load up CHR here that we just exported. And then it's going to take a bit, and it's going to load in here. And we're going to want to hit replace bone, and that's going to replace it from an original. So let me see if I can find an original. Maps, backup, dump. We'll just grab this one. Okay. And then when it's done, it'll say done, and then just save. Oh man, back and forth. Where are we? Care folder. And we're just going to overwrite that one. Okay. And it'll tell you when it's done. That's just going to replace the bones. You can add bones. If you do that, then this replacement thing will not work. Okay. Replacing bones really won't do anything. The bones can be there, but they won't work. Yeah, you can try without replacing the bones. If you want to add new bones, it might work fine for you. But there was physics data for the ragdoll inside the bone data, and I never figured it out. So I noticed on a few models I had some crashes because of it. I think that's pretty much it. What else was I gonna do? Can't really remember. Oh yeah, I remember now. Duh. Morph targets. I totally forgot. I drew a blank there. I was taking a little bit of a break. Okay, let's go find our export. So we exported our file into the care folder. When you export the model and you have that modifier named LoRa face, the export script will just pick it up and then make a folder in the same directory that you saved the file to. In this case, it's called LoRa D TMT. And inside of this folder, it's going to write out every morph target file for you. Okay, so I think there's quite a bit of them in here. So all you have to do is merge this collection of folders with your other packages. So a while back, I took the packages and I extracted them before, okay, and I put them into here. So I'm just going to merge this folder in and replace the TMTs that are here. So now all I have to do is just repack these, and then I'm good to go. It's going to pack this, but that's okay. So I'm going to double click on pack. I'm just going to pack these folders for me. And I think it's about 35 that it has to go through, so it shouldn't take too long. And yeah, it takes forever. Come on. Now we're about halfway there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You need to finish. I think we're in the last one. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to grab these level packages. Oh yeah, I created this one, but I don't need that one. Cut that one. And we're going to I'm going to delete all these ones, okay? So we're going to delete these. And then I'm going to replace that with the ones that we just made, okay? And so now we can go test it. Alright, so we'll just walk them all around. And we'll see how the lighting comes. Oh, I forgot to break the backpack or something. Oh well. Alright, one of the problems I'm having is actually with the normal maps. I think it's related to the tangents, but I'm not too sure because there are regions in the model that look correct. But I'll show you. We'll use one of the debug keys to use Peter Pan mode, and we'll Peter Pan into a different area that has a camera or a fixed camera. Which I think here we'll find that.
I'll have a look.
There you go. And you'll get an idea what I'm talking about. So I'm going to switch this into here. If you look really carefully, you'll see on the shading of the surface of the model, with the normal maps would be there's some triangles that are like shaded, and I'm not really sure what's causing that. If you are a programmer and you understand how to deal with tangents, I think just search up any area that says tangent or delta. Yeah, delta. Okay, so this is where the tangent line is. So I don't know too much about it. I read an article on GC Society by Half Factor. Actually, funny, this Half Factor is actually, that's funny. It's actually I was just looking at that when I was watching a thing on graphics. Anyway, he showed and tried to explain the example of how to calculate the tangents. I don't know too much about it. Here's the math. Basically, I created basically a direction between the normal that I had and basically a projection above, and I did a cross dot or something with that to get a planar direction. And then I had to get the binormal, and that was, again, I guess, based off of that, the direction from that to my normal. And that's how I got those. I tried using other algorithms, but I didn't get any change, really. There's one thing I didn't understand, which is the harshness or sign. So I'm not sure if that plays a large factor into it or not. But anyway, that's a thing that can be improved, but I don't have enough knowledge about that region of stuff. Alright, so there's our model. Normal maps kind of work. Specular maps kind of work. If somebody can figure out the tangents, then I think it'll work a lot better. Let's switch that back. Let's raise our model. So of course we want to go see the facial expressions. So let's go find a some place where we can see that. So I'm just gonna fly over here. That's gonna bring us to the corner.
I can crawl through that gap.
Just got a texture problem. Oh, come on, come on, come on.
To check the code.
I really hate this game, I'll be honest with you. I can't walk 2 feet without it prompting and stopping me.
There might be more.
Oh my god. Alright, we're just gonna fly over here and it's gonna trigger the scene. Alright, oh, I did not mean to do that. We're just gonna fly to the top, and that'll just bring us to the cinematic where we talk to Carvier. Oh, I think I'm over here now. Let's go over here. I don't know why my audio just died on this game. Alright, just gonna go over here. And then this should trigger the next batch of cinematics. Actually, let me turn off this display here. Yeah. Alright. I don't know why my audio is gone. Anyway, you can see the mouth is moving and everything, so our morph targets should work across the game. Of course, because I can't load save states or game saves, then I'd have to play through the game, and I honestly don't really care to. So this is as far as I got in testing, is just getting to the cinematic. We can see the facial animations working. Okay, I'm not really sure what's triggering at what time. It would be interesting to see what is getting queued. But you can see it's doing a combination of several of the morphs that we use, such as the eyebrow one, eyes, and the mouth, that kind of stuff. I'm going to play it through to the end here until we get to the next cinematic, and then I'll end the video here. I apologize about the audio. For some reason, it cut out. Trying to skip through this. Oh, man. One thing I noticed about this game, playing this scene so many times, is for whatever reason, they use dynamic camera angles. So each time you play the scene, the camera will actually be in a different position, which is interesting. Um, I think I see the lip bite one. That's interesting. that? Alright, there we have it. That's pretty much it. The only thing I really dislike is that for some reason game saves won't work with swapping models. It's really disappointing. Maybe somebody can look into it. Game saves is not really my thing. I know that they typically encrypt these things or compress them to prevent people from cheating, so I'm sure it's not going to be easy to look at the game save. Alright, just get out of here, and then we'll end it here. I guess I could have rigged the hair. I think I had to remove it because of the polygon limit. There's a run button in this game. Oh, jeez. Can't climb the pipe. Awesome. It's weird. They just pick like random camera angles. Look, now it's down below. Now it's up the side. I don't know what they were thinking. Alright, I think this has gone pretty much pretty long enough, so we'll just end it here. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you have any questions, please let me know. There are little issues. I tried placing the model. This is, of course, this model was the budget for this thing, about 16,000. Okay, which is within specification of the data types that are being used in the format. The data types that are being used in the format are a short value. So half of a short value in decimal is going to be 32767. Because I am writing the triangles per face, that means that there's going to be 3 per face. So what is that? You divide that by 3, and that's the actual limit. Okay, but that's per material, I believe. So as long as one of your materials doesn't exceed that, then you're probably fine. So you can get in more. However, there is a face limit. The face limit is still 32 something. I think what they do is they stream that into the graphics card, and that there's a cap there. I think the limit is actually the upper side of that number, which I think the actual limit is 65,000. But to be safe, I am telling everybody to stay under 10,000. Of course, you can do higher than that. Then you're going to be risking encountering errors, and then you'll be like, well, why is it crashing? And so you'll get stuck debugging that, and it is frustrating. Okay, so I'm sure you're going to have some difficulties with models. My default response to that is use a lower resolution model with less textures. Okay, all right, thanks for watching. Good luck with everything.